Greetings, I'm Philostorm, and welcome to another episode of Multiblock Madness. Um, I'm doing a little trick here with named items to complete crafts for multiblocks. So basically what this is you put in, you set up a level emitter like this, crafting card with an item, emit while item is crafting, and then an export bus that exports the fake item with a redstone card, so it only is active when it receives a signal. Oops. So what this will do is basically say when the item's crafting, as soon as it's done crafting, it'll complete the craft automatically. So the reason why I'm doing this, as you may have noticed, is the metal alloyer. I'm gonna set up this guy, a bunch of these, or maybe not a bunch, but more than I have. Cabinet. So the idea is we do one of these, one of these, one of these, and then it was a power station. Is that it? I feel like there was something else. A mold would be nice to have. And then maybe some glass test. No, not test. What are they called? Cylinders, that's what it was. Alright, so we'll put two of those in there as well. Yeah. So the idea here is what we want to do. We put this pattern in, we put this piece of paper in, and then we go, we want a metal alloyer. No, but not that. We want one of these. So it looks like we're missing some iron trapdoors for that. So let's add the recipe for that. Boom. By the way, this button right here is amazing. Just shows free crafting interfaces. It's awesome. So anyway, this is the idea. Boom, just like that. It dumps everything in here. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to set up this. The reason I wanted to do this was for white gold. I might just do an on-demand crafting because I don't know. I might just set up passive crafting for white gold catalysts. So I don't have to set up the catalyst regenerator just yet. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to have a lot of lab ovens. Yeah, I should probably just set it up. But I also set up this lab oven, and it's making crystallized oil. The only thing I need is the white gold. So we're doing 3 canola presses right now, all getting refined, and then the napalm from this. So boom, 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 like that. All we're doing is importing canola, and as you can see, you may have noticed it's out. So I'm gonna add I think I might just keep going like this, right? Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just gonna set this up for white gold. This one here, I might just not do a pattern for white gold just yet. We'll see. I remembered seeing this terminal with the Trousers edition. This should actually make it a lot easier, or maybe not a lot easier, because I don't even think I needed it, but I'm gonna do white gold in this. Oh wait, did you see that? It didn't. Oh no, it did. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna put the stuff for white gold, and we'll go from there. So for now, I'm just gonna use this profiling bench to keep white gold catalysts in stock. Can I melt these? No. All right. Instead of setting up the flue gas for repairing them. The only thing I need is crystallized canola seeds. Now I will need to set up, probably maybe even next, this, because this is not going to be fast enough. So let's drop those in, put this on the network, and then all we got to do is, I think we got to go around this way. So we're going to do insert. Now, I don't think that we have to filter anything. Yep, there we go. Boom, crystallized oil. I think the highest tier we can make right now is the tier 2 speed upgrades. Better than nothing, though. Whoa. Alright. So we're gonna need 2 of those. I think we're out of fluid conduits. There we go. Let's see. Should I do a controller? How should I do this? I think I'm gonna do a controller. So I'll go into a actually, you know what? I'll do like controller. Yeah, and then I'll do a fluid pipe here. Up is going to be extract. That should be one of them. Cool. And that should be the other. Awesome. All right. So now this contraption will stop once this is full, which I'm just going to let fill up. I'm not going to stress about it too much. The seed oil is kind of nice too, sort of. I doubt it's going to be enough, and we can always just use this to make seed oil anyway, because you can just get it pretty easily like this. I mean, 2 canola seeds is the same amount as this entire thing. Like, it's not very much. But yeah, there we go. So this should use naphtha pretty slowly, right? Use a little bit of naphtha. Yeah, this, oh, napalm, sorry, not naphtha. Wait, why is that not? Why is it not outputting it? It's kind of weird. I don't know why that is. It's all napalm though. Huh, I wonder if I should just leave this. Because right now I have it as a limited item filter. But I think it'll work better with if I just keep that out. Just keep this in. Yep. So it turns out this has gasoline in it, which is not ideal. So I think what we're gonna have to do is, actually I have no idea. Wait, it's supposed to have gasoline in it. What? Right, it's supposed to have gasoline. It's just not auto outputting. So I think what I'm gonna do is just scoot this over a little bit. And then pipe it. Right? Why are you not working? It's like the only thing it has in it is a teensy bit of gasoline. 242. Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna keep this how it was. I did not know that it could back up like that though. Yeah. So I mean, if this is locked, it's not gonna matter if it's output all fluids or not. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, there we go. And we're back in business. So yeah, this should stop now. It does, cool. And obviously we're gonna need more crystallized canola seeds, but that's not a bad yield. 32 for what? 12? 20, something, 18 maybe? I don't know. Anyway, check. Here's my progress since the last clip. I've set up a few things, including a farm for canola as well as melons. The melons are turned into gasoline for this second process of empowering the oil. So the melons go into a compacting drawer, which then gets cut to pulp biomass with a small chance of seeds. Then the seed oil from the seeds, this recipe and this recipe all get piped into here, along with the biomass, to turn into rich biomass, which just melts for slightly more biocrude. And then it gets fractionated and distilled into gasoline. So this gasoline crystallized oil equals the empowered oil. It also has platinum catalysts. I made a couple extra. Just gonna set these up like this for now. Just so I have to do a little bit of less stressing about it. Yeah, I do plan on eventually finalizing that, but anyway, this coal is still coming from the interface over there. So there we got crystallized oil, seed oil. All of these seed oil outputs back up into here because it looks like we do back up, so it's going to void. At some point, we'll be full on seed oil. So then for the canola, I've got a couple systems set up here. This one here obviously is empowering the canola. It's got fluid lasers. I have inbound. So basically these display stands are filtered to only accept regular canola. And this one by default has an input and an output, and it can only accept things that it has a recipe for in the input slot. And then it'll automatically put it into the output slot once it's crafted. So I'm using that feature this pipes both the crystallized canola into this, which then sends it into here only because it's a recipe. And then it also sends canola seeds from here into here, which can only go into here. It can't go into here because there's no recipe for it. And then because this is a hopping item interface, it automatically pulls it from the output slot here and pushes it into here. And then here I've got a little bit of redstone logic and an export bus for the canola seeds. This is effectively just a cable to here. It's just being storage bused. And this is filled up with canola seeds. It gets extracted from here, like I said, for the empowering. And it also gets activated when there's less than 100 crystallized canola seeds, and then dropped. So if you see I pick some up, it'll throw them out. Then this clock will trigger if there's items in, and it'll constantly be zapping them and then sucked up here. So this is faster than just having it on redstone mode deactivate, like this one is. And then I've got this entity detector with a redstone interface, so it just wirelessly puts the redstone into here, which then requires redstone and enables this on ultra fast pulse mode. These crops have just some sprinklers and a little bit of growth accelerators. And they are 10-10-10s, so they're quite fast. The empowered oil I moved into the ender tank for our advanced generators. It's currently being used instead of refined fuel. I then moved the refined fuel setup from the overworld to here. Yeah, this is literally just moved. It's the same stuff, just moved. So this turns crude oil into naphtha, naphtha into refined fuel, and then refined fuel is just being stockpiled for now. The next step is to combine the refined fuel and the empowered oil to make nitro diesel. However, this can only be done in a chemical reactor. And while I have set up some more advanced rocketry machines, I've set up this cutting machine and a precision laser etcher. These took a few pretty cool things, like this vacuum chamber high-powered laser emitter, which is just some empowered Burstonia. And let's see. So this was pretty easy, but it did require, let's see, what did this require? No. The cutting machine. Something about, or I forget. But the chemical reactor requires basic circuits, which requires a cutting machine. This requires a precision laser etcher. Now this basic lens just stays in the input hatch, and then the recipe doesn't include that, as you can see. So if we request a basic circuit, we should be able to just craft these guys. There you can see it's laser etching, which is pretty cool looking. I wonder if that's supposed to have an item. And then it should be cut. Oh, that's cool. That's updated. The graphics used to just show the finished item being cut. Now it shows the output, the input, and then halfway through it switches, which is super cool. That's awesome. That doesn't have anything, which makes me think that it will eventually. Anyway, so I think I already showed this setup, pretty sure. All right, and then one of the last things I set up before I started recording was this last metal alloyer for Stellite. The Stellite is required for, well, I'll start from the chemical reactor. So this also requires a liquid I/O circuit board, which requires a Z-Logic controller. This obviously has to be done in the slice and splice. Nothing too difficult here, but the slice and splice requires Stellite. So, and Stellite obviously is a rock hounding metal. Not too difficult, except for the chromium is what I'm missing. So right now, if I do, what is it called? Slice. If I do one of these, it'll say we need some chrome. Well, Stellite plates. But if I forgot to add the recipe for that. But if I add Stellite, we just need some chrome ingots. So my plan to deal with that is to get some ruby dust. Now, ideally, I would like to not use all of our ruby. So I'm probably going to do this recipe eventually. Because we get redstone, I believe, at a higher rate than ruby. I think that... Where does this even come from? Beneath Twilight Forest. Alright, so we can pretty much get this anywhere. Oh, that's right, redstone veins. But yeah, ruby dust gets electrolyzed into chrome. So it's a pretty bad rate of chrome from ruby dust. But if it's from redstone to ruby to chrome, it's a really bad rate. Actually, let's do the calculator on that. So I decided to put off fully passiving chrome right now. We're going to need a lot. But what I'm just going to do is electrolyze some ruby. So let me get some of that stuff set up, and we'll be back. Just got to say, having all this stuff automated feels so good. Just be able to craft all this stuff. No worries, no stress. So my plan currently is to have... Actually, I don't think there's any real reason to keep rubies at all. So I'm probably going to turn it all into chrome. Yeah, so I'm just going to store rubies, macerate it, or pulverize it or whatever, electrolyze it, and then extract the air cells, and we'll get a byproduct of aluminum. So, yep, that's the plan. All right, we've got one more channel over here, so we can add it to the passive section. Though we're almost out of space anyway. And there we go. We've got chrome set up. So this just pulverizes ruby, which it's pulling from the interface below it. And then it gets sent, or pushes it into this electrolyzer, which then turns the ruby dust into the aluminum, or the chrome, aluminum, and cells. The cells get extracted and sent back. I think we actually have too many here. What's the, I think it's 3. Yeah, so we'll start with 6. All right, so there's that. Yeah, so there's really no reason for rubies, but I think if we need rubies later on down the road, we'll just go mine some and then triple it or whatever. But anyway, I might do some overclock upgrades at some point. Yeah, you need these transformer upgrades to time and a bottle it. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. So let's get our Stellite. Just missing 15 chrome dust. So let me just time and bottle this a few times, and we'll be back with when we start our slice and splice craft. And we have it. So we're going to craft 100 stellite in order to craft 4 stellite plates. Seems good. Yeah. Not too bad, really. I've already got the Soul Machine chassis, so that helps quite a bit. So that is the last ingredient required for our... where are you? Chemical reactor. Alright, so slight detour. I ended up getting a gelid cryothium pump in the beneath. I was hoping to get tectonic petrothium, or however you pronounce it, but the only one I could find was... Oh, blazing. Alright. I'll just pick this one up for later. The only one I could find was this guy right here with 59 buckets. That's like basically nothing. So, and a lot of them don't have any fluid reservoirs. It's a pretty rare to have one, really. I mean, you can get some mad resources like this, but yeah, I don't really need any of the basic resources right now. Might be worth checking out later on. I mean, the pump jacks are pretty cheap. But yeah, like, it's pretty good. I think I'm gonna actually hang on to this. Actually, just may as well grab that petrothium one, because I mean, that's, you know, each bucket is 4, so that's, you know, what, 440-ish, roughly? Anyway, I'll hang on to these just so that I have them on hand. Another thing I noticed about this system here is it can actually get stuck with half an ingot of molten silver in this ingot former if everything is backed up. Like, it can't process more silver because the aluminum is backed up, which means that the aluminum will eventually run out. I'm not exactly sure how to deal with this besides the obvious of just making another ingot former. So yeah, it just happens every now and then, and I don't know exactly how to deal with it. The arsenic, I don't remember if I showed this or not, but it's boron arsenide is being buffered here for thermoconducting alloy. Oh, there's a quest too, apparently. Fancy. All right, chemical reactor. We can craft it. Finally set this up. Took a bit more effort than I expected. But yeah, we got it. And I also realized we can use this extended processing pattern terminal for multi-blocks. Like, how awesome is this? Like, literally, this is amazing. Unfortunately, obviously this doesn't do this, so we have to do our paper trick. So I'm going to name a paper, I'm going to set the craft up, and so on. So because I assumed that I'd be making a lot of these setups, I actually set up a paper setup. There you are. Okay, so MB crafting setup. So this just collects all the stuff we need to do a craft, and then just auto completes it. So there we go, easy peasy. I don't need the paper obviously because I already named one, but yeah. So I'm just gonna, now we can just set this up with without having to collect the stuff. The ultimate laziness. So crafting card, one of those guys, one of these guys, one of those guys. Put that in there, and put this in the network. So I just want to say this is pretty much a straight copy of the trick Threefold uses for microminer crafting or mission sending, and yeah, it's pretty awesome, I gotta say. So definitely thanks for that. And I realized I forgot to set up exporting for this, so I'm just gonna pipe it back into the interface. All right, so the chemical reactor didn't finish crafting, but let's see about crafting the entire multi-block in one go. Not sure why it didn't craft exactly. Maybe it has something to do with NBT. So let me see if I can figure out what's wrong with the chemical reactor craft. Found the issue. I was trying to craft vivid alloy plates. Thankfully, I did just set up this new compactor because, yeah, we were full on plates. So there we go. This should actually do it now. Should start to see the stuff show up any minute. I guess we're just waiting for the assembler to finish crafting. Yep. There we go. So let's set this guy up. And all we need is the holo projector. Chemical reactor. Oh, we want this guy to be... Oh, nope, they didn't fix that. Okay, so chemical reactor, we're gonna put this right here, maybe? Maybe right here? Right here? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so motor, power plug, hatch, scroll this up. There we go. Boom. Okay, so power is here. We got two of them. And then output and output. Fluid. There's the input hatch. All right. So this is just going to be used for fluid. So I don't think we really have to stress about the here, because let's see. We're gonna hook up power, obviously. I wonder if I want to like, because these are stored in the network, I think. No, it's actually not. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use like AE fluid handling to mess with this. Like just put export buses. Yeah, I like that plan. That's not what I was trying to do. All right, cool. And then we'll just do, instead of having to pipe it, all the way to there, we'll just use our network, because that's like, yeah. Totally joking, but yeah, that would be a lot easier probably to pipe it, but it'd be a lot more difficult to pipe this. So we'll just make it symmetrical because we can. So, yep. Anyway, I'll set this guy up and we'll be back. We did it. Nitro diesel. Yeah, easy peasy. Okay. Also, I seem to have lost my dank null. I assume that, I hope that I was recording when that happened, because, yeah, I have no idea what happened to it. Huh. I guess we're full on that. I'll probably do the same thing. Is nitro diesel here? Yeah. I wonder if this auto outputs. I have a feeling like it doesn't. In which case, if I put the tank here, and I guess I get a storage bus right there. Yeah, so that's cool. All right. Found it. It was in my crafting table. Seems logical. Nitro diesel. And I'm gonna disconnect this. How am I gonna do that? Disconnect right here. That way this goes away. Actually, hold up. Why is this not crafting? Oh, maybe this one's full? Oh, there we go. Huh, interesting. That way I can put this bucket in and then connect this again. All right, cool. That's a lot of nitro diesel, actually. So what I'm going to do here is disconnect this. And as long as it can burn any amount, all we should have to do... Hold up. If I put this here, I'll put a fluid storage bus on the back, obviously. And then I'm going to switch it so that it always has to... Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, this will run out and then should start getting filled up with the nitro diesel. Awesome. There we go. The last step is... Wow, this is actually came out more compact than I expected. I probably could have spaced it out more. The last step, obviously, is this stuff. So, it's pretty easy, really. The question is, do I want to make more chemical reactors for it? Or do I want to just use fluid mixers? I think I want to just use fluid mixers because it's more compact. But I do need one more of these, I think. Yes. Yeah, so let me do another chemical reactor. Multiblock. What are we missing? Bone meal. Oh, right, for the lime dye. I think we do have some bones. All right. Chemical reactor, multiblock. Man, that is so nice. Craft an entire multi-block with one click. I mean, to be fair, it's not placed, but, you know. Alright, so the next step is... to set up this processing, which I gotta say I'm pretty excited for. I'm wanting to do this for a little while. Pretty much since I've found out about it. Alright, cool. So let's get started. Sulfuric acid, done. This is on our hydrofluoric acid to-do list. The next thing is to set up a crushing tank with another lab blender and then another lab oven reactor to combine it into hydrofluoric acid. This will then get electrolyzed down. We're actually gonna, well, we use this for a couple things like I've mentioned before, but we're gonna electrolyze it down into fluorine. We could technically use this, but yeah, we won't. I don't think. We're just gonna use this. All right, we've got fluorine. This is being electrolyzed from hydrofluoric acid, which comes from this lab oven by combining fluorite-bearing compound and sulfuric acid. The fluorite-bearing compound comes from this lab blender controller, which processes fluorite shards from this mineral sizer, which is just getting them from granite from this igneous extruder. The gears are just constantly being supplied by this profiling bench for whenever they break. And yeah, this process should just run. I might need to look into either upgrading the speed on this or making a second one. But we'll see. We'll probably end up making a second one, honestly, just right here. And there we go. Second mineral sizer. Thankfully, I've already got this all set up to auto-craft. All I need to do is craft one of these pieces of paper and it'll craft the whole thing. Pretty handy. Anyway, this should double the speed of fluorite shards being processed, which should make it so that this is not a bottleneck. Alright, so let's see if we can get the last bit of this set up before this episode's done. And we're off. Looks like I forgot to do something. TPU. Alright, so beryllium dust getting melted and combined with fluorine. Lithium getting melted down and combined into thorium, or combined with fluorine. TBU getting melted down and combined with fluorine. Then these should start getting extracted. I may have forgot to extract. Yes, I did. Alright, so now they should get mixed into this flab salt mixture, and then mixed again into what we were after. Molten flab salt solution of TBU fluoride fuel. This will get combined with the nitro diesel to make our rocket fuel. Well, that was easy. By easy, I mean absolutely, definitely not easy. But we now have rocket fuel. So I'll switch this output out with the rocket fuel, and I think we'll be good to go. Just gotta make it so that it pipes here. And there we have it, rocket fuel. This makes, let's see, it's 10 times as good as refined fuel at 2.2 millibuckets per tick. Empowered canola is 5.8 millibuckets per tick, and turbo diesel is 4.4 millibuckets per tick. But right now we are not producing fluorine fast enough to fully supply this, so we're just going to stick with turbo diesel for now. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time.